The next tool that we're going to look at is the pen tool. It's the third tool down. The keyboard shortcut is the letter P. And in this activity, we're just going to look at how to make straight lines. So again, this tool, with this tool, you can make lines, but you can also make shapes. So it's a little bit different than the brush, because with the brush, you can't really complete a shape. You're going to have to know how to use a pen tool. This is good for detail work. If you're tracing things, it's good for that. It's more accurate than the brush because you can just control it better, and it's going to give you cleaner lines. So it just depends on the application and the design and look that you're going for. But this is a more common tool than probably the brush tool. So to make a straight line, what you're going to do is just click once and let go, and you're going to create an anchor point. And you're going to see you get the segment here that's attached to it, showing you where your next where it's going to make a line. So if you want an absolute straight line, if you hold the shift button on your keyboard, it will make a perfectly straight line. And from there, I click and let go, and that makes my line. Alright, so for straight lines, we just click and let go. If I wanted to continue this line, again, I just click and let go. If you wanted an angled line, you just don't hold shift, but you could click and let go, click and let go, click and let go, click and let go. Now, if we want to complete this and make it a complete shape, we hover over the anchor point, and you'll see the circle icon next to our pen tool, and we click, and now we've completed that shape. If we were to give this color, you'll see it behaves just like any other shape. If we were to delete some of these points, alright, so I'm gonna just remove the fill here for a second. So let's say we stopped our line here. Okay, it's going to behave differently than it would if it's a shape. If we try to give it a fill color now, it's going to create this makeshift line. It's not really a line, it's just trying to fill it in with color. You don't want to do that. That's not a correct shape. When we try to apply different effects to it and do different things with this, it'll behave differently. So if you're making a shape, you always want to end wherever you start. So let's look at another situation. Let's say you just want to create a single line and be done. You just press the escape button on your keyboard located in the top left. If you're creating a line and let's say you get this, okay, all you have to do is come here and turn off your fill color, and then you can continue your line. Maybe you create too many anchor points or click somewhere where you don't want to click. Just press the delete button and it will undo the last step. Okay, if you press it again, it'll delete the whole thing, like you just saw it happen to me. So outside of that, it's pretty straightforward. With the pen tool, you're almost always going to use the direct selection tool, because again, this is all about making custom shapes. So you're almost always going to click in here and select an anchor point and manipulate it later, because it's rare that you make it perfectly the way you want it the first time through. The other thing I'll mention with our pen tool, notice if you hover over a segment here, you get a plus sign. That allows us to add more anchor points. So let's say we want to add an anchor point right here. We can click in there, and now I can select that anchor point and remake this shape. We can also subtract anchor points if we hover over them with the pen tool. So there might be times when you want to do that. So in the situation, you could start off with maybe a simple circle, switch over to your pen tool, and if you hover over one of those line segments, you can create an anchor point and then select that and manipulate it. So you could begin with a basic shape and then customize that to create a more complex shape. So that's using the pen tool and to make straight lines. In this activity, what I'm going to have you do is I've put some letters in here. I just want you to go through with the pen tool and trace them and then fill them in with color. H-I-E, the second I and N should not give you really any problems. You're going to notice maybe the letter A is going to behave a little bit differently. So let's see if you can figure out why and make it fill it in with color correctly. Once you're done with this, you can just upload your file to Canvas or take a screenshot of it, whatever easiest for you.